Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Wind Insights Essential Training Series. I am a CFA charter holder and client achievement specialist at Wind Information. Today, I'm thrilled to share with you the latest applications of AI in the automotive industry and how to use our Wind Financial Terminal to conduct a top-down systematic analysis of the autonomous driving sector. Before we share the research framework, I would like to briefly introduce us Wind as a company. Founded in 1998 and headquartered in Shanghai, Wind Information is a pioneer and a leader in Asia's financial information service industry, serving a diverse range of domestic and foreign institutional clients from 35 countries. So our product and data matrix surely can enhance your efficiency dramatically. Before we dive in, let's take a moment to explore the current state of the autonomous driving industry. So the policy-driven initiatives are helping various countries to gradually launch the commercialization of autonomous driving. With favorable policies, advancements in intelligent driving technology, and cost optimization, the conditions for the commercial deployment of advanced autonomous driving are falling into place. On the policy front, numerous countries have introduced a series of industry policies to support the development of autonomous driving, gradually refining traffic regulations and oversight, creating a more mature policy environment for core autonomous driving applications like robotaxis. On the technology side, led by industry leaders like Tesla, Waymo, Baidu, and Huawei, autonomous driving technology is rapidly iterating, with its maturity continuously increasing. And on the cost side, as advanced autonomous driving scales up, the cost of related supporting facilities along the industry chain is further reduced, also driving down the overall cost of autonomous driving, ushering a new phase in the global commercialization of autonomous driving. Let's look at the current progress. The commercialization of autonomous driving is moving forward steadily. Overseas, Waymo's commercialization is going smoothly, and by June 2024, Waymo has handling about 50,000 paid orders per week, with significant revenue growth. And domestically in China, Baidu's RobotGo has opened manned test operation services in 11 cities and is conducting fully driverless autonomous driving mobility service tests in Beijing, Wuhan, Chongqing, Shenzhen, and Shanghai. They expect to achieve break-even in Wuhan by 2025, accelerating the pace of commercial deployment. For the presentation today, we will focus on the industry analysis of framework rather than specific companies, aiming to provide insights and inspiration for everyone. All right, without further ado, let's get started. Let's first take a look at the upstream and downstream of the industry chain. You might be wondering, why do we just talk about the autonomous driving industry chain, but the picture here shows the upstream and downstream of new energy vehicles? I will keep you in suspense for now. Let's check out the new energy vehicle industry chain on the Wind Financial Terminal together first. We can switch to the Wind Financial Terminal and turn to the macro page. Just click on the PDB product database. The next step is pretty straightforward. Just search for new energy vehicle in product database. And beyond the raw materials, we can tell that the upstream of the new energy vehicle industry chain also includes some really important components that are big in the wave of vehicle automation, like lithium-ion batteries, wire control systems, and smart chassis. The kind of stuff that's essentially crucial right now. And on the operational side, or what we might call the demand side, that's where the downstream of the new energy vehicle sector kicks in, encompassing sales services, after-sales support, and all those related areas. It's all about getting the vehicles into customers' hands and keeping them running smoothly. when we type new energy vehicles into the search box, we got not only the tree mode graph, but also the hot concept for new energy vehicles. These hot tracks display the content of the tracks in a more vivid and visual way. Compared to the standard industry, hot tracks have the ability to showcase conceptual products like robotaxi, artificial intelligence, and other such tracks. All right, let's go back to the product database and check out the concept. We can first compare robotaxi and with the new energy car. There we go. So we can tell by clicking on the track names, we can jump to the detail page of the relevant standard product, which makes it easy for users to dive deeper into your research. And hot concepts also support editing feature here for the nodes and for every kind of stock with just one click, making it convenient for you to keep track later. You can just click on the add to watch list. And if you're interested in any of the companies, no matter it is listed or non-listed, just click on the company name to get what you need. For instance, we can tell that Huawei in the perception system along the robotaxi sector, we can click on the name of the company, then get access to the global enterprise library to view the details. Speaking of the tracks themselves, we find that the new energy car include midstream intelligence sectors such as automobile sensors, automotive chips, intelligent driving, electronic maps, and so on. These smart components are also crucial parts of autonomous driving. That's why I showed the new energy vehicle industry chain here and in the previous slide. When we turn to robotaxi industry chain breakdown, we can tell that they are overlap with the new energy vehicles in terms of perception system, decision-making system, and an intelligent system where all sorts of radars are equipped on new energy vehicles to enable autonomous driving. Some autonomous driving companies are going all in on making their own key sensors and keep pushing forward with a multi-sensor fusion approach for self-driving tech. Waymo is one of those companies that are developing their own sensors like LiDAR, radar, and cameras, basically creating their whole sensor suite in-house. They're also working with companies like DeepMind, using asynchronous optimization to make their sensors more efficient at recognizing stuff. And companies like Waymo's got a real edge because they've nailed the integration of AI algorithms with LiDAR technology. They are developing some slick deep learning models and even their own chips, which helps them uncouple the super tight bond between deep learning models and hardware. This makes their hardware more versatile and cuts down on costs. Plus, their strategy of fusing all of these sensors together really boosts the overall performance and reliability of their self-driving systems. All right, let's take a look at the upstream and a downstream of autonomous driving or intelligent driving, displayed right there in the Win Financial Terminal. So we can go back to the traditional mode and search for intelligent driving. So the autonomous driving is actually a manifestation of intelligent driving. So let's take intelligent driving as an example. The upstream part of intelligent driving includes tools and technologies such as sensors, chips, algorithms, high-precision maps, and intelligent cockpits. And the downstream, on the other hand, is the vehicles equipped with smart driving features. The sensors keep a real-time watch on the surrounding environment, tracking the position and movements of various traffic participants. And the algorithms then use the data transmitted by the sensors to plan routes and ensure driving safety. All right, now we have covered the upstream and downstream. Let's check out how intelligent or autonomous driving is doing these days. Just now, we saw that The upstream of autonomous driving includes algorithm, and the key here is that only with a large amount of user experience can autonomous driving be iterated and upgraded. So has the number of users or has the number for electric vehicles increased? According to the latest disclosure, in November 2024, China car sales reached 3.32 million units, an increase of 11.7% year on year, while new energy vehicles are rapidly growing due to the increasing emphasis on environmental protection, sustainable development, better driving experience, and affordable prices. China new energy vehicle sales in November 2024 were 1.51 million units, a year-on-year increase of 47.4% or 45% of total car sales, compared with only 10% penetration for the United States. This is why the market trends to weigh the Chinese market more. Now we can tell that the large user base has laid a solid foundation for intelligent driving. Before we get to know the current situation of intelligent driving, let's first delve into how intelligent driving is divided into 6 levels. For the first, level 1, which is driving assistance. This is where the system assists the driver with vehicle control, but the driver is still responsible for everything else. And the level 2, combined driving assistance, this system takes over both steering and acceleration or deceleration in specific conditions. But it's still got to be able to detect and respond to certain objects and events. Think of it as the system handling the car's operations. And for level 3, conditional automated driving. Here, the system is responsible for all driving tasks under certain conditions, including monitoring the environment around the vehicle, and it's a big step up from the level 2. And level 4 and level 5 are high automation and full automation, which is the holy grail where the system can drive in any condition, but we haven't reached that level yet with any specific functions. For level 3, it's kind of a watershed moment. Anything above level 3 is considered autonomous driving. Level 4 and up usually require a high level of support from both hardware and software. Currently, China is leading in the level 2 to the level 3 category and is expected to maintain this lead by 2035 with a higher penetration rate compared to the global market. And in the level 4 to level 5 category, China is projected to have a higher penetration rate than the global average by 2035, indicating a strong focus and a potential advancement in high-level autonomous vehicle technology. And this graph suggests that China is not only picking up quickly in the current level 2 and the level 3 technology, but is also positioning itself to be a frontrunner in the future level 4 to level 5 autonomous vehicle sector. All right, so what are the ways intelligent driving is being implemented? The most prominent one is NOA, or Navigate on Autopilot. It's an autonomous driving assistance system that relies on vehicle sensors and high-precision map data. NOA is divided into highway NOA and city NOA based on different application scenarios. The highway NOA uses GPS positioning, radar, cameras, and other sensors along with high-precision maps for route planning and traffic analysis. For city NOA, it has to take into account things like traffic signs and pedestrians, making it significantly more challenging than highway NOA. So if we take a look at the table, we can see that the leading new automakers, especially in China, have already rolled out city NOA. The rapid development of smart driving cannot be separated from the catalytic effect of policies, no matter which country we are talking about. After the cruise incident in the US, regulatory scrutiny has been tightened to reduce the accident rate during the routine testing and operation of robotaxis. In January 2024, California passed legislation allowing cities within the state to set their own regulations regarding robotaxis. The main regulations can be found in the California DMV's guidelines. And the same goes for China. We can sort out the trajectory of policies through the law section on the terminal's homepage. Here. For example, we can search for intelligent connected vehicle. There we go. And we can also narrow down the period maybe to 1 year framework. Just click the search again. Here we can get the latest policies on intelligent connected vehicle. And I also pre-arranged all the policies in a time series manner. So we can instantly know that in November 2023, the Ministry of Industry and Information Technology and 3 other departments issued a notice on piloting the access and road traffic with intelligent connected vehicles, selecting level 3 and level 4 level intelligent connected vehicle products for access and road testing. In January 2024, the National Data Bureau and 16 other departments jointly issued the Data Element and 3-year action plan from 2024 to 2026, aiming to break down data barriers between automakers and third-party platforms, transportation companies, and other entities, and promote the innovative development of smart vehicles. Not only these departments, large Chinese cities like Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou, and Wuhan have introduced different policies. For instance, Guangzhou clarifies specific requirements for the innovative application of intelligent connected vehicles, and Wuhan has opened up over 3,000 kilometers of test roads, covering 12 administrative districts and radiating an area of about 3,000 square kilometers, ranking first in the country in terms of open road millage and regional scale. From this, we can see that policies have shifted from expanding road tests to promoting commercialization. All right, the advancement of autonomous driving technology relies on the mutual support between hardware and software. The connection, collaboration, and the interdependence between these two will significantly impact the performance of the autonomous driving system. The hardware for autonomous driving mainly includes sensors, domain controllers, and a steer-by-wire chassis. Sensors are like the eyes and ears of a human, responsible for perceiving the vehicle's driving state and the surrounding environment. The main sensors include camera, LiDAR, millimeter wave radar, and ultrasonic radar. For cameras, they primarily capture images with the visible light spectrum, similar to our human vision, and play a key role in recognizing static scene elements like traffic signs. For LiDAR, it operates mainly within the wavelengths of around 900 nanometers to 1500 nanometers, offering high resolution and effectively identifying detailed information on distance, angle, and reflectivity. Millimeter wave radar is the sensor with the longest wavelengths, offering all-weather performance and the ability to measure both distance and speed simultaneously. Looking at this table, we can see that different companies have different configurations for their sensors. Tesla, for instance, has chosen a pure vision approach and therefore doesn't use millimeter wave radar or LiDAR. Alright, the domain controller is like the human brain, and it is consisted of GPUs, CPUs, and MCUs. GPU, or graphics processing unit, it processes camera data and runs deep learning algorithms because it's great at parallel computing and comes with acceleration engines. For CPU, central processing unit, it handles LiDAR points and decision-making planning because it's strong in logic serial computing. While MCU is the controller because it has a high level of functional safety. We see that these three types of chips each have their own specialties. However, since the domain controller needs to process data from various sensors, these three types of chips cannot operate alone. Therefore, the domain controller uses a SoC plus MCU solution. SoC, which stands for System on Chip, refers to a chip that integrates multiple architectures. The traditional chassis is a combination of components such as vacuum boost, column-mounted EPS or electric power steering, and passive shock absorbers. In contrast, the latest drive-by-wire chassis integrates functionalities offering superior vehicle motion control, enhanced driving stability, extended range, and improved safety. All right, moving beyond the technical aspects, autonomous driving, let's take a look at the market's financing landscape. As autonomous driving policies gradually open up and technology increasing moves into the application phase, capital investment enthusiasm in this sector is heating up. At the same time, developments like Tesla's full self-driving entering the Chinese market have further boosted opportunities for investment and financing in intelligent driving. Let's enter the industry chain to break down the financing activities. Just click on the chain itself. We can first find the intelligent driving and just click on it to view the detail page. We can tell from the graph that for the past 3 years, there have been 104 investment and financing events in China's intelligent driving sector. We can also switch to the total financing amount to find out that in terms of the financing amount, the investment and the financing amount of intelligent driving has reached 20 billion yuan, signaling the rapid development of the intelligent driving industry. We can also instantly know the financing landscape if we switch to financing events. For instance, Pony AI or Beijing Pony Zhixing Technology, which we mentioned earlier, just received 27 million US dollar finance led by GAC Capital or Guangzhou Auto Corporation, one of the largest traditional vehicle manufacturer in China. And this indicates that vehicle intelligence is the primary path for both leapfrog and incremental exploration of advanced autonomous driving capabilities. Right, from the regional distribution of representative companies in the intelligent driving industry, most enterprises are concentrated in the central and the eastern regions, such as Guangdong, Zhejiang, and Jiangsu. We can switch to the industry map to view the whole landscape. There we go. With Guangdong being the mostly populated, and some companies are also located in the northeastern region, while the western region has relatively fewer representative enterprises. The reason could be that Guangdong, Zhejiang, and Jiangsu boast relatively well-established automotive automobile industry chains, ranging from auto parts manufacturing to vehicle assembly and sales networks. And this mature ecosystem provides convenient conditions for the integration and application of intelligent driving technologies. All right, let's take a look at the key players in China's intelligent driving sector. We can also, again, view the product database. And on the Wing product database, intelligent driving detail page, we can check out the operating analysis to view the key players in the market. For example, the main listed domestic market participants include DCSV, NavInfo, and Jingwei Hiren. A quick glance at their product revenue makes it clear that DSASV is the undisputed leader in the domestic market. If you click on the US stocks or take the US stocks, we can tell instantly that Ford Motor and Syngent are the leading listed companies in the US intelligent driving track. You can also click on others if you are interested in other markets. All right, please allow me to keep you in suspense for a moment, as the presentation today focuses on sharing the research framework for autonomous driving. We will save the details about the key players and the competitive landscape for the next section. I would like to highly recommend you explore the Wing Financial Terminal and our large language model, Alice, for further analysis. Let's sum up today's session. The autonomous driving industry is certainly booming, driven by advancements in robotaxis and a wave of IPOs, especially in China. And this sector revolves around tech that lets vehicles drive themselves using sensors, algorithms, and control systems. And the industry chain spans upstream hardware and downstream software suppliers, and midstream solution providers and automakers, and mobility platforms. Key players like Tesla are heavily invested in AI chips, infrastructure, and full self-driving tech. Meanwhile, the year 2024 has seen a surge in domestic unicorns rushing to go public, signaling a capital feast. Robotaxis led by companies like Waymo, Tesla, Baidu are pushing level 4 level autonomy, further accelerating the industry growth. Finally, let's have our large language model, Alice, to summarize the key takeaways for us. We can go back to the terminal and click on Alice to ask Alice summarize the research framework of autonomous driving industry. There we go. Then Alice will instantly link to the latest data and the framework and get us the answer for your guideline. We can tell that Alice is already answering. There we go. We can definitely follow Alice's lead to take a whole top-down research framework where we first check out the overview of autonomous driving, and then we can also get into the technological developments and then check out the regulatory environment, then finally figure out the competitive landscape. Fortunately, this is what we did for today. Hope we at least enlighten you a little bit, and thank you for your participation. Alright, many thanks again for your warm participation. Please kindly stay tuned for our essential training series in 2 weeks. Thank you and have a good one. Goodbye.